I'm not gonna forget to press the record button. Hello everybody, how you doing? Starting a new thing today where people could join me to talk. I don't know if anybody will, there's only like 4 people in my Discord. But the option is there if anyone has time and is able. So if you're interested, check out my Discord. I'm gonna start working on unraveled assets as soon as I find the button. Where are you, button? There you are. Okay. I forgot to clean this up. Twitter. Pretty sure anyways. I should have double checked my to-do list. Okay, right. So I uploaded Unraveled, the Persuasion card. Actually, before I get started, I'm gonna double check my Persuasion Game Crafter stuff. Oh, that's right. I have exactly 4 seals that I can add to the game. For free. It would cost me literally nothing to add 4 seals, but I don't know what exactly I'm going to add. But, so I'm gonna wait before I order it, to see if I think of anything. 3, I forget what the dimensions are of these. I think they're like 1.5 inch or 1 inch. 1.25 inches wide. Yeah. I wonder if I could do slightly smaller to fit them all on one sheet, actually. Okay, so I could do a large circle chit. Right now I'm using large circle. Is that the only chipboard I'm using, actually? I wonder, actually, if I could just do circle shard sets instead. That actually might be cheaper because I'm already using cardstock. Let me just rethink all the things. Let's see, items per slug. So it would still be 2 slugs, unfortunately. It would be smaller too. I feel like, unfortunately, like, so like I did update, I updated my mod to be a little bit more like representative of like the sizes, I think. Or at least the card is. What was I doing? Oh, right. Yes, I updated the card to be more representative of the... well, like, what I did was I made this seal, like, 1.15 inches. So, like, the 1.25 inch seals would be just a little bit bigger to cover it up. And I feel like that's just about right. I feel like any smaller and it would be too small. So, God, it probably adds, like, an unnecessary cost. Like, okay, like, compare that to... Well, what I actually want to look at is production cost. So, like, these seals are costing me about $7. When, let's see, is that how much it says on here? This is what I'm using right now. I don't understand these prices. But it could be half as much if I went with these 0.75 circle shards instead. And possibly even less if I have... Do I have extra sheets? No, I'm using exactly all the cards right now. So it would add an extra sheet, but that would be like $2. How many, like... I know this uses cardstock, but like how many? There's 18 slugs per sheet, so it would be like a brand new sheet. It would enable me to add more cards if I did it that way, game crafter wise, but the thing is that I used to have like card thin seals and they just don't feel as good as the tokens. So it's like $4 more. Yeah, we're like talking like $4 more for the weight of a chipboard on the seals, and I just don't know if it's worth it. That could bring the game production cost down to like $25. Alright, you know what, let's just see what it looks like. Okay, so this is what the seal would look like. Right, yeah, like this is 1.25 inches. Yeah, so after cutting, I could make it cut a little bit closer, but I wanted to make sure that it left like some room for like cutting errors. So if this was 0.75 inches, what are we looking at? I feel like that's too small. Well, let's see what it looks like in the mod. I would have to make this even smaller, so the shard seals could like look good on top. But if I went with this size, where'd it go? Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Oh wait, shoot, did I? Okay, good, okay. So, on one hand, oh, hello. Oh, welcome, Pedikin. How are you doing? It doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. It actually kind of just makes it look like a bigger letter. No, these would have to be smaller too, is the thing. Even smaller than that. Like, this is how big the seal tokens would be. Is that fine? Okay, I think the better question I should be asking is it worth the like $4 to make these have the weight of chipboard? Or is it fine for these to just be teeny tiny little shards? Circled. Oh, that's like 3.5. That's way too freaking big. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, this would be the cheap option. Well, is it really saving me that much money? This is this estimate 3.44. Okay, so it shouldn't be too hard to like create the asset for this. Well, here's what we'll do. We could do a direct comparison. Yeah, so this is adding like, this would be like $2.6 versus the 6.9. So like 7 versus 2.5. It's like 1/3 the cost. Almost. Not quite. Math is hard, but it's significantly less. If I'm going the same route, I feel like it doesn't make sense to make with the same mentality. It also doesn't really make sense to like have the standee. I think is the standee not on here? Oh, the standee's included in here. The standee's at, okay, like I shouldn't just count the standee in here. So it's like $6.50 versus $2.60. So yeah, $4. That's kind of a lot. Alright. Let's do the change. Which fortunately shouldn't be too hard. That is gonna mean that this needs to be even smaller. Oh, I have to make the ring smaller too. Ugh. Okay. It's fine. Actually, before I do commit to this, okay. Alright, still. Okay. It's fine. Alright. Ah, shit. Okay. It's like 2/3 the size. Oh wow, this is actually way tighter. I guess, wow. It's like smaller, but it's also tighter. I guess the important part is still captured in there, but it doesn't like give me as much leeway as the circle, mini circle tiles. Oh no. Is this worth it? $4 though. $4. That's kind of a lot, right? That seems like a lot. Okay. I'm ordering a sample of this. So let's go for it. let's try it, see how it looks. But like, okay, so like here's the thing, like by this standard, like it is guaranteed to cut some of it off. So I might actually want to make these a little bit smaller than they already are. So the only thing I really want to scale is this stuff.
If you dance alone, I only wanna see you smiling if you're going home with me before you go on and on about moving on. We're going round in circles. I only wanna see you dancing if you dance alone. I only wanna see you dancing if you dance alone. If you dance alone,
I guess. The important part is gonna be preserved in this way. Alright, let's just commit to it. Let's not waste time pussyfooting around it. Okay, so there. Okay. So first of all, I'm sorry, Elvis is on the loose, I better go catch him. I'll be right back. So I realize that saying Elvis is on the loose before disappearing might sound a little odd out of context. That's the neighbor's dog. Oh, this actually might be too small now. Sometimes your dog gets out, but they were not loose today. They're just yeah, they were not loose today. Just they were just happened to be out there. Okay, so this would be about equal size. We want to do a little bit smaller. Let's do like that big. Yeah. That's what we'll use. Okay. I feel like, okay, this is saying stupid. Do not need all of these there. Okay. And we don't need you. Okay. Come on, brain. You could do it. Excuse me. Oh wait, did I already? Okay. Alright, then while I'm here. This is pop music. I need bumpin' jams, okay? These jams are not bumping. You see that, Jam? It's no good. I really hate this soundtrack by Twitch beta thing, because this music they have available is garbage, and they still mute me and crap. It's like stupid. I might go back to finding royalty-free music on Spotify, I think. The worst that happens is that stuff isn't monetizable, but it's not like I'm making any money. The other worst thing that happens is sometimes they mute sections. I have to like record it to make sure that I don't get Twitch muted. I'm not into any of this. Okay, that's better. There. Oh, God, I hate how distracted I get. Okay, here we go. Okay, now need to redo these. There's the paper. That paper. Okay. And we need this. Do I need this? No. No, I don't need that. Okay. Can I rename this here? No, I can. Okay. Oh wait a minute, do I even want this? Ah, sugar. Wait, oh no, that's fine because this is... What's this even? It's tinting nothing! It's literally nothing. I just need the seal. Okay. Let's just do this one again just in case that tinting did anything weird. I'm digging this art in this album. I just have a thing for ladies that are armed. Girls with big guns. Like literal guns, okay? Or somebody that doesn't like making violent games, for sure like violent content. Ah, this is something about trauma. God, I need to figure out how I'm gonna make that relationship game. Nothing is quite clicking with me. Okay. That wasn't too hard. Let's do the rings now. Ring, 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 ring. Is it? Is that what I went with? Can I join weekly playtests now on Wednesdays when my kids go into art school? Maybe. Getting distracted on the internet. Right. I was checking this specifically. Oh, that's what. That is not what this is. There we go. This one. Okay. Oh, these don't really need to be. Oh, they need to be changed in size. Okay. So save a copy as ring shard. What even is this? Is there anything in this lair? Nice lair. Very cool. Okay, let's see. Alright, so let's open this lair. What are we working with here? Yeah, I figured. I need to take all this garbage and shrink it down. Not you. Alright, I think that's sufficient. This is the important part right here. Will be visible. Wait, this has lights now? Why didn't I see that before? Where was this when I needed you? I want these to be the same. This song is giving me wish that I could die anywhere else vibes. Anywhere, just not here. Okie doke. Alright. I'm not going to work on Unraveled at all, am I? I'm literally going to spend this entire time working on Persuasion. Which is fine by me. TBH. IMHO. Is this the right one? It is.
There's pebbles there too.
Oh crap, I forgot to prove it.
Stuck in my toes. The outside world isn't what I thought it was. There's kids are a pain, and the sunburn too. Kid, where are your parents? You got sand on my
These are laser cut, huh? You laser cut the cards?
gotta brush it off. Just like everything else. I'm gonna walk down the stairs, jump over the railing.
What is it? Species slug cutting pattern? I'm a little confused. I thought this is like a pre-cut thing, or yeah, that's the thing I'm confused about. If these are laser cut, is it like a laser cut slug or something? How's that work? I don't get it. PBH. I thought the whole idea was that the slug was like some physical, like, cutting thing. And that the reason there was a cost per slug was that they had to, like, have some sort of a mold created. Which I guess if they had to do, it would be a lot more expensive, probably. Like, it makes sense that it would be a laser cut, but why is it so much more expensive to, like, have, like, a custom... Because, like, I tried to make these seals, like, on the... I tried to, like, provide, like, a custom, like, pattern for the laser cutting, but, like, they made it so much more expensive for, like, each thing. So is it that, like... I really don't get it. It's just the dumb way that they price it. Is it the arbitrary and unpredictable nature of capitalism? Is it the fact that we're sacrificing convenience? We're sacrificing efficiency for convenience in a sense that I do not require a personal interaction with these people for them to manufacture my product, and thus we are both able to benefit in that they are able to provide a much bigger they're much able to serve a much larger audience. Am I talking out of my rear end? Okay, so kind of thinking I should go back to the card hostex marker if this is the case. But, like, here's the thing. Let's see, so, like, the circle thing. This. $18 types of these items per sheet. Does that mean that there's no cost of like... It's 6, so like, is this another situation where if I add 4 more, it's like literally free? Looks that way. And then the second I add 1 more, price jumps. No? Like I'm being charged for the whole sheet regardless? Does that mean that I have like... Wait. I'm confused. So like... This has mix and match thing, right? Yeah, this mix and matches with... Oh! Cardstock. Shard sets? But this doesn't mix and match with cards? Are these different from like poker cardstock? I am like confused. I'm so confused. Does this mean that I could have, let's see, there's 8 here, so if I added, so 7, so like I could have that many without impacting production costs, is that right? Suddenly that costs a tiny bit more. That's adding an extra slug? I don't get it. Why is that adding an extra slug? I thought it was 18 per sheet. This is just a matter of curiosity at this point. Alright, what am I not understanding here? I don't know what I'm misunderstanding here. Mama. Did I just do the math wrong? 7 plus 5 is 12, so this should add an extra slug, yes? Am I not getting something right here? Yeah, okay, that does add an extra slug. Did I not test that right? But then this will bring the cost down by 6 cents. Oh, right, okay. Okay, so I do have 4 shards I could add. 4 whole shards. I can make those the host X marker. Or I can make one of them the host X marker. If I'm going maximum cost efficiency. But I think at this point I have a card, because a card is probably going to be 6 cents. And I could test this with... well, actually I don't know if that's the case. Let's find out. Wait a minute, this says that it mix and matches with, these. So like, I've tried this custom mini cardstock, and the price of the cuts is directly impacted by how well your SVG file is optimized for cutting. I guess it's just like there's a cost for each one because it's custom. So you're only saving money on the sheet, I guess. What's the inches of this? Groups of 4 on a 2.5 by 3.5 slug. That feels like the same as the poker card. And then what's the size on these? 6, so these are bigger. So these seem like the best one in terms of size. But it really doesn't mix and match with poker, huh? Let's just... Wait, so this says that this is cardstock small? This cardstock mini. Yeah, these for some reason must be the way their machine works or some crap. So if I were to add, so if I add like one of these, it's probably going to jump the cost up. Where's the poker? Okay, Okay. Yeah. I could in theory just do this and be done with it. Alright, let's see what this looks like. Yeah, like it adds a whole additional sheet. Wow. I just need a host X marker. I guess I'm gonna make one of these tiny little seals, a host X token. We'll make it cheaper. Is it not that much cheaper? Am I going nuts here? Well, I think it's because this is like bumping up the cost by like $2, I think. The freedom is mine. Yeah, that was bumping up the cost by like $2. So yeah, this change does make the game $4 cheaper overall. Okay, alright, let's just go with that. Got the medium booklet, microdeck, yep. That's that box, okay. Alright, seal. I guess another benefit of this is that you could stylistically slide into the sleeve as well. But the host X token, I'm gonna have to, in order to go with the affordability, I'm gonna have to create another seal for it. Should I just make it an inkwell? Should I make it a cat? Should I make it an option? I was getting requests for cats. Oh shoot, this does actually... Oops, not circle shard. Wait, no, it is circle shard. Okay. I could theoretically have one for each suit after I make the host X marker, but why? Alright. Okay. Where was it? Yes, procrastinating on this. So, because it is so teeny tiny small, derp 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 derp. Use this. Oops, I cropped the wrong thing. Every time I'm going into this being like, I'm just going to make myself a teeny tiny modification, I end up freaking changing a whole lot of crap. Why can't I help myself? I want Cartoon Legacy. I didn't know there was a Cartoon Legacy. Where are you? No, I don't think I'm a big fan of it. So much crap in here. Get rid of this crap. Crap and crap. Okay. Derp. Derp. What's this? That's crap. This crap? This crap. Okay. There. Just need this. Let's see. so let's make this a wee bit smaller. Wee bit smaller. Mama. Oops. Oh, 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 oh. Aha! Am I obsessed with numbers? What is wrong with me? Certainly not happy with the background. wrong. Is this a cat? Wait, is this the original Grumpy cat? Is this the OG Grumpy kitty? There's some strange cats, gotta say. This might be perfect. This might just be the most perfect public domain cat. 3 tokens. What am I gonna do with 3 tokens? Oh, it's the perfect size too. Almost.
lethargy. You're a better me. I'm addicted to you. You're my ecstasy. Make my colors bleed. I'm addicted to you. You're an effigy. You're a better me. I'm addicted to you.
Did I generate the other token? Did I freaking forget? I think I freaking
With the drug and it loves me too. I don't need no one else 'cause I got what I want right here next to you. 'Cause we do what we want when we're all brand new. We're the brand new kids and you won't see us 'cause we look like
Oh, hello. Nice. How are you doing? Pretty good, pretty good. I started with the intention of finishing my Unrivaled stuff and then ended up redoing a bunch of Persuasion stuff instead. I was like checking out some stuff. What was I doing? I was like doing like a last like spot check of like the stuff I had in the game crafter, and I was like realizing, like the seal tokens were the only chipboard thing I had in the game, and I could use their shard tokens instead, and it would reduce the cost by like $4. And I know there's some like different physicality with that, and I was like, in the end, I was like, for reducing the manufacturing cost by $4 on Game Crafter, that seems pretty significant, and so I decided to go do that. And then when I did that, I was like, I have these extra tokens, what am I going to do with those? And then I started making stuff for that. So, um, I think it's sort of like almost like a cardstock token. I think that's what it is. So like, yeah. So like instead of like a chipboard like piece of like wood or whatever, it's like almost like a like I don't know if you've played Dungeon Mayhem, but they have what I'm pretty sure are like. Sure, I don't know if you see the stream. It must be disorienting to hear the echo if that's the case. But like, it has like these teeny tiny little like tokens, but they're not really chipboard. I'm pretty sure these are cardstock shard tokens. I think this is the thickness, because this is about the thickness of a card, and it says it's made of cardstock. Yeah. Oh. Well, like, I totally hear you on that. I have the same problem where, like, even with nails, I have trouble, like, picking them up, and I'm afraid I'm damaging it. It's... So, yeah, I totally hear you on that. But I was like, for, like, something that I want to be accessible, I'm gonna try it. Yes, absolutely. I'm gonna take pictures of it when it gets in. This is more of a prototype deal. But I figure, like, if I'm happy with the prototype, then I'll make it available for people to purchase if they really want, like, a prototype no art version, which I don't know. I'm a little reluctant to do. Yeah, no, yeah, I hear you on that. I'm wondering the same thing myself. Um, sorry, I'm like simultaneously talking to you and realizing that the capture is not capturing your dialogue. All right,
Oh,
now I think it's working.
nice. I was like a ghost the whole time.
Yeah, I was having one of those conversations where I'm just like talking to a ghost, and people are like, "Oh, she's really gone off the deep end this time." The one viewer.
Well, hey, at the very least, it's everyone else gets to share that experience,
Yes.
and you could just say this is the designer process.
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
what
Yeah.
all game designers do. They talk to a mysterious force for a period of time, and then they resolve their game.
Yeah, this is exactly what the game design process is like.
This is solo playtesting. This is solo playtesting. This is solo playtesting, which I still rarely do.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Hello?
There. Okay, I'm realizing that I was creating like a infinite loop there. Sorry.
Nice.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I need to figure out how to make this work better. Maybe I'll test this with somebody. Because like right now, the only way I can make it capture Discord audio is to capture desktop audio, and then if I try to test that, then it's like, like I'm only listening to like my supposedly Twitch saved music right now, but like, so it's not a big deal.
There's a app that I've used before called Voice Meter. And I was using it when I was doing the Break My Game podcasts and some streaming, and I need to do more of those. I've been really bad about that. I keep saying I'm going to be good about those, and you and a few others I'm supposed to interview, and I've just been really bad about doing anything with it. Like the worst, actually. But everything has been so busy, and it's like I'm also I'm a perfectionist with audio. And so if I get into podcasting, like it takes me forever to edit episodes because I want it to be like perfect, which it doesn't need to be, but I'm just like obsessed with that.
No, that is extremely relatable. like insanely relatable. So yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
How have you enjoyed streaming your game design process and sort of sharing that and I guess offering that experience to the internet?
I personally like doing it, even though it seems it's sort of like the same experience as Twitter, where you're kind of just like channeling into the void. But I still like it just because it's sort of like a form of body doubling, which if you haven't heard, is like this, like it basically just doing something with somebody else, so that you're kind of extra motivated to focus on your work. Because if like you're with somebody else and they see you browsing on Twitter for an hour, then you're going to be like, you're going to feel self-conscious about it.
Right. So yes. So I totally get this. When years ago, when I was like doing a lot of writing, I would invite someone into the Google Doc I was writing in to chat while I was writing and like provide live commentary. It was really weird, but really, really helpful at the same time.
Yeah.
At first I was worried I'm exposing my process, and then I was like, nah, it's fine.
Yeah, that's it's the exact same energy. It's like like nobody cares enough to like watch this and be like, now I'm going to steal her process and her element, but it's like it's more like nobody's listening, but that fear that somebody is like going to be watching me like screw around on Twitter is like enough for me to like crack down.
No, it makes perfect sense. That's cool. I felt like over the last couple months there was like a lot of I guess I'm not a big Twitch person, but I remember that there in the board game world I felt like out of nowhere all of a sudden there was a lot of crossover between board games, Twitch, board game design in Twitch, board game playing in Twitch, which I just did not see before. Maybe I just wasn't aware of it, and then suddenly boom, it was everywhere. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like board gaming and Twitch is like a particularly crazy challenge. My sibling has tried to do it a few times. I feel like they have so many resources for for doing this, but we don't ever actually we do it like maybe like once a year. I guess it's because the intention behind that is less to like broadcast and more to just like share the experience with like a very small set of people that we like do events with like maybe once a year. So maybe that's why, but still I feel like we got like a tech investment there. I should ask them if they'd be down with me trying to do that too. Oh my god, my ADHD brain. Like I even have like a game that I very intentionally want to stream from Milda Matilda. I bought one of her like 8 copies of this game that I'm really excited to try.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Just so many cool like what's it? Small print runs.
Yeah.
Micro print run, I guess.
Yeah, and I think there's like value to that because like part of like the environmental struggle is that we like print like 1,000 copies of a game and then we only sell like a fraction of that, and like each of those unsold copies is like an unnecessary like those things are gonna have to go somewhere. They're probably gonna go to like a landfill or optimistically a recycling plant, but realistically like a landfill. And like so the idea of like printing just enough, like exactly enough to like meet demand, like would mean that you have a smaller impact like environmentally. So I think there's a lot of value to that.
It absolutely is. And honestly, the other side of the coin is that not even the other side of the coin, another part of that same side of the coin is when I've noticed that especially with like large print runs now, it used to be that a lot of these factories, they had a minimum print run of 500, which is at least, I don't know, closer to you're going to sell all of these or most of these. And now it's the minimums that I see are at 2,000. It used to be 1,500 before that. Now everything's 2,000 copies. And if you're an independent publisher just starting or designer just starting and you want a bunch of copies of the game, 2,000 copies is a mountain of games to sell.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's like kind of ridiculous, to be honest.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I don't know, it's just one of those things where there's so many relationships you have to form for that, and there's so much money you need to have in excess outside of just the funds to make the game. Because to sell it, you need to go to conventions, you need to be able to go to all these places, you need to know folks, you have to be able to bring it places, and that requires investment and time, which it's just tough.
Oh yeah.
So the small print runs are becoming more and more attractive, in my opinion, and I think it makes perfect sense, and I think it kind of works out in a lot of ways to be good for a lot of things.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I'm like another designer that I respect a lot, Emily. She's been doing like Game Crafter like print runs, which are like very expensive compared to like being able to like produce like the 1,000 copies like overseas. But I still think it's, yeah, for the reasons we already talked about, I think it's great that she does that. And I'm thinking about experimenting with the same thing if I end up self-publishing. I think that's the route I would go.
Right. You know, I also am of the opinion, because I think there seems to be this idea that I've seen occasionally where if you self-publish, you cannot also work with a publisher later on for the same game. A lot of games that are self-published in small batches that look interesting, you know, it's especially if you're doing something like Game Crafter, if the concern ever is, hey, I want this to be a bigger game later maybe, but I don't have the resources for that right now. Well, if it does decent on Game Crafter or it exists there, it's a space that is proof of concept, and so you could pitch that to a publisher later on and say, hey, I made this game, we sold 50 copies, people really like it, I'd love to publish this in a larger form and make sure it goes into people's homes and tables.
You know, I had not thought about that way, but that's actually a really great way to think about it.
Yeah, a lot of games will get reskinned or developed. I shouldn't say a lot, but there's quite a few games that do get reskinned and developed, and it's always interesting to kind of think about them in that way. Like, I think even Fort by Leader Games was published as something else, I don't even know the name of it, and then they re-themed it and kind of took a lot of the mechanics and just re-themed it and reskinned it, and I think finessed it a little bit to become what is now Fort.
Yeah, I believe that's right. I believe it was like some sort of like a farming game or something before, or
Right.
I can't remember, but something like that. But yeah, totally. Yeah, wow. Yeah, I really like the idea. I hadn't thought about that before.
I mean, it's kind of weird to think about though, right? Because like again, like I feel like in a lot of communities, there's two roads: self-publish or pitch, and the in-between isn't really discussed. And maybe it's because it's kind of a weird crossroads, or it requires you to kind of do one and then go into the other. But I definitely think there need to be more discussions on small print publishing in general, because I think it's becoming it's becoming such an important piece, I think, of the indie game economy and environment, that I think it needs to be stressed further, because I think a lot of folks, they go onto Kickstarter, they make 1,500, 2,000 games, and then they don't know what to do with them. And I think with COVID especially, everything is up in the air. It's hard to know for sure where things are going to be in 6 months to a year, or when those opportunities will exist.
Oh, yeah, that totally makes sense. Yeah, now more than ever, it's like, yeah, with like the way like paper, there's like some sort of a paper shortage, or I hear there's shortages of like all the things actually, with like the resource shortages and the shipping things. Yeah, you're right. It totally makes a lot more sense to do these smaller print runs. So, yeah, yeah. Oh, we should turn this into a podcast.
Yeah, I should have been recording your recording, and then would have been done.
If you want, I could send you the recording, and then you could like put it on the.
Because I'll ask a bunch of questions about your playtest experience and all that kind of stuff, and I have like a format. It's a format, Katie.
Okay.
Yeah. And by that I mean I just cobble it together like 15 minutes before the recording and say it's a format.
Yeah,
That's usually what I do.
I mean, it is a format.
Yeah. Just it takes time to develop. Oh my gosh. I work in the world of sales, and it's interesting applying some of I feel like sometimes I auto apply some of the techniques there into just my existence in board game world, and it's just I don't know how I feel about that sometimes. Like nothing like evil, it's just more so like I feel like I've gotten used to I guess I'm going to use the term like adding a little bit of pepper to a bland statement. Especially when I pitch a game, right? Or I'm sharing a game. And I feel like I do that more than I should, especially in playtesting events.
Oh, like just adding like a bit of like a pizzazz to something that's just like oh, that's
Exactly. And like, it's probably not a good thing, because like in the playtest environment, I don't want to necessarily influence them to have a perspective that they may not have had without me there. But also, there's a part of you that's like, I want them to have a good time.
Yeah,
I want them to have fun with it. And so it's like, but you can't like talk it up or brag about it or pitch what makes it good. You have to see if they find it. And, I need to learn to be more quiet in playtesting.
Yeah, learning how to shut up has been a struggle for me. Like, my instinct when like getting feedback from playtesters is to immediately be like, oh yeah, I totally tried that and it was awful, and like people don't really want to hear that. There's like a lot of value in just like listening and just being like thank you for your feedback and I appreciate it, I'm taking notes, and just like not having to like go into why you don't like their idea or why you so yeah, learning to shut up has been like but I think in general it's a very good skill to have, to be like have like this sense of like what's this showmanship. I feel like you've got very like showmanship like energy about you.
I know, but it's dangerous, Katie. It's dangerous.
Yeah, I can
Well,
see that.
in certain contexts. But you're right though, and I think you put it best. Like knowing when to not speak is so important, as much as knowing when to speak is important. I think knowing when to not speak can be a skill set in certain instances, because you don't want a void. You don't want to create perfect silence, because then there's little engagement. And as the designer at tables, I think sometimes people look to you to communicate what comes next, I guess. And it's just a lot of like feeling out sort of like subtle social cues sometimes, or more direct things like just moving from one area to the next. One thing I think that sort of goes into is like I'm bad at calling a playtest early, unless I'm playtesting. But if I'm observing a game, it's very rare that I cut it short and go into feedback unless there's a time constraint.
Yeah. I don't really do that either. Most of the time I'm like even if it's going kind of badly, I'm kind of like I just want to see if it goes anywhere from here.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I think you're right. I think there is totally value in like being like, this isn't working, and let's call it.
I don't know. It's like I feel like there's no solid answer, just a lot of situational things. Like I know at the break my game question of the day, I feel like that comes up a lot, where a lot of the answers are just like, this is situational,
Oh
based
yeah.
on this and this and this, maybe, but not always, but sometimes yes.
Yeah. There's so many questions where it's like, when is it good to do this? And I'm like, whenever you want to, I guess.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, all right, I should probably get back to work, but it was lovely chatting with you. Thanks for letting me drop in.
Yeah, thank you. And you had perfect timing, because I have to get going like soon too, actually.
Well, we're perfecto. All right, you have a great one.
You too.
Bye.
That was a very pleasant surprise. And I did mean that I do have to get going. I have to go pick up my kid, but I'm like so close to finishing this. I just want to finish. I just want to take care of this, and I could do this in like 4 minutes, right? This isn't just like my my like time blindness talking, right? Right. Okay. Cat tokens. They do nothing. They do literally nothing. Like, these things look really small and such, but I'm gonna have to put in the rules. Cat tokens do nothing. Okay, alright, I still got 3 minutes. Okay. I could put some art on these, but I don't know what. I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. I think it makes sense for them to be kind of blank-ish because you are going to be having stamps in them, so you don't really want to have something that you're like anxious about covering up. Okay, well, I gotta get going. Thanks for watching me. Oh, hey! I'm sorry I missed your messages, Beanborg. Hope you're doing well. Oh, I'm glad you were able to stop by for a bit. I'm sorry I missed your messages. I was engrossed in multitasking, I guess. All right. Anyways, yeah, I really gotta run now. But let me just. All right. Thanks for coming in and checking out the stream. It was the first time allowing guests, and I think it worked out pretty good, except for the initial audio problems. But yeah, it was really nice. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.